My name is Mikey Desiri. I'm an interactive media engineer at Rovi Corporation in Tulsa. Grew up in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and graduated from Broken Arrow High School. After that, I went to Oklahoma State University in Okmulgee, OSU-IT, and studied graphic design and multimedia technology. I think, at OSU-IT, one of the things that I benefited from most was that there was just this notion that it doesn't matter if you know how to do it or not, you can figure out how to do it. And you don't have to, there doesn't have to be somebody else or somebody above you or somebody beside you that knows every step of the way. You kind of figure out each step as you take it. And I think that we were really taught how to teach ourselves. And for me, my mindset went, when I first started school, I had this kind of this mindset that, I'm here to learn exactly what I'm supposed to do and exactly how to do it. And then when I graduated, I realized that I was there to learn how to teach myself how to do whatever I wanted to do. So I would absolutely recommend OSU-IT to anybody that's looking to get into, design or photography or multimedia. And, speaking from personal experience, I think I'd really push the multimedia program because through multimedia, you're exposed, obviously, to a lot of graphic design and even some photography, learning to manipulate photography and make it look good for whatever platform you're working in. And so I really feel like multimedia does a great job of kind of taking all the different disciplines and teaching you how they all work together and how to put them together and make it one kind of cohesive piece. And I think that specifically OSU's multimedia program is just something about, I guess the culture or the mood of the program is just, it's great. It's definitely a learning environment that I really enjoyed. So when I started at OSU-IT, I was studying graphic design, and I really did and still do have a passion for design, but I always kind of wanted to take what I was doing to the next level and make it interactive or give motion to it. And so I switched over to the multimedia department and studied Flash and video and web design and things like that, and realized that I thought that was really my niche and that's what I wanted to do. And through that program, I got an internship with, at the time, Macrovision. It's now Rovi Corporation here in Tulsa. And I came on primarily offering, support in graphic design, but then was able to kind of get my hands into some of the video and things like that. And then I had kind of an interesting project come up. Our sales team was struggling with their presentations because what we do is so unique, and in order to demonstrate what Rovi does, they needed to take televisions and set-top boxes and things like that out to their sales meeting, which is not feasible. So what I did is I worked primarily in Flash to develop a replication of the guide, the television guides that people were using with advertisements and interactive content in them. So by developing this Flash demo, it really kind of gave our salespeople the opportunity to go out and give a thorough demonstration of what we had to offer, as opposed to just showing screenshots in a PowerPoint or something like that. It allowed the client to really actually sit down and kind of play with the guide and see how it worked from a user experience. So I think that my influences come from a variety of sources. I think that as a person, I'm a product of the environment that I grew up in, and by that I mean, I had parents that always supported what I was doing, and so they never tried to peg me as just this or just that. I played basketball, I did martial arts, I raced motorcycles. I mean, anything and everything that interested me, I did it, and I think that kind of, from the get-go put me in this mindset of I can do or I can be anything I want to be. I don't have to conform to, what society thinks I should be, or, just be this or just be that. I can be anything. The position that I'm in is pretty unique, and there really isn't any other company in the world where I would hold this exact position. Part of that is that, we use a lot of proprietary technology. which means, first of all, that you can't Google it. You got to figure it out on your own. But second of all, that once you learn it, you can be the master of it. You know what I mean? So I think that the most important tool is just being in the right mindset and not being intimidated by all these proprietary things. I mean, oftentimes people, I think, are really intimidated or think they can't do something because they've never been exposed to it or they're not familiar with it. But for me, I have to be able to look at something, whether it's a piece of code or a spec or something that I've never seen before, and just know and trust that I'm going to figure it out. So that's the most important thing. As far as actual tools that I use, I use a lot of Final Cut, After Effects. Everything starts out in Photoshop as a design, and then I write a lot of XML code too. So I think for me, one of the things that I'd really like to improve upon is my photo and video skills. I've always been around it. And I work with video every single day, and I work with graphics and type layout every single day. But a lot of times I'm playing with other people's images. And I really wish that I had more time to go out and really develop myself as a photographer and shoot more video and be more creative kind of in that realm of things. So when I was an intern, or after my internship, I stayed on as a contractor until January of the next year. And so my goal was to, when my contract was up at the end of December, to become a full-time employee. So I'm going to do anything that I can to kind of secure that. Well, the October previous to that, my company had a Halloween party, and my team specifically is always really involved with this, partially because we have creatives on our team, so they kind of always take it to the next level. But this year, for whatever reason, my team decided to be the ad ops or the ad sales circus, and I was voted to be the strong man of the group, not by choice, and I was also, I would say asked, but more forced to wear a wrestling singlet with tactical boots to the office. And so, and then I covered my arms with fake stick-on tattoos and wore a fake mustache. So it wasn't really so much of a blooper as just more like harassment to the intern, But I had to do what I had to do. So I think my greatest accomplishment since I've been at Rovi is learning how to build dynamic portals in-house. And a dynamic portal is a type of video-on-demand content that is interactive. So basically, we build these full-screen Photoshop graphics to promote a product or a program or a movie, and then we mask out different selectable picture-in-picture windows, and we build in navigation buttons with text on them that people can use to see more content or to order something, and that's something that we used to have to outsource, but I figured out how to build it in-house, which saves our team a tremendous amount of money each year. I think that, speaking from kind of personal experience, the advice that I'd have for really anybody, but especially those kind of in the creative industry, is, don't feel like you have to fit a specific mold that's kind of already been cast. I used to really worry about, well, do I want to be a web developer, or do I want to be a designer, or do I want to just do Flash? And I kind of realized that what I need to do is just continue studying whatever element of design or multimedia that I like, and then create a position for that. And so once I got my foot in the door here, as I mentioned, I was able to just kind of create a position that had never existed before that, because I developed my kind of assets, I guess, for the company, and put them on display, and then let them kind of figure out what to do with them. And so, my advice is figure out who you want to be, and then find a place to be that person. Well, I think for me, I don't know if this would be a superpower or not, but one thing that I've always thought would be great, although I love to sleep, I always feel frustrated by having to stop what I'm doing and go to sleep and then kind of restart the next day. And I also, for whatever reason, always have trouble sleeping. So I think for me, it'd be great if I didn't have to do that, and I could just kind of continuously, not necessarily work, but continuously be able to do things and just kind of have this like indefinite like energy or alertness, I guess maybe.